access level has recently increased. Excellent. Incoming message.
Welcome, agents, to episode 86 of Behind the Scanner. Our special guests tonight are Kasper from Odense, Denmark, and Kevin from Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the show. Have a question for our guests? Join us during the broadcast in our live chat room on our website, behindthescanner.com, or you can submit questions through the YouTube Q&A tool. If you know someone who would make a great guest, submit their information to us at behindthescanner.com and click on Guest Suggestions. Subscribe to our channel and watch previous recordings on YouTube. For all the latest updates and news, follow us on Google+, or visit us at behindthescanner.com. And now, your hosts of Behind the Scanner.
Oh, you're muted, Jorge. You're muted. Everybody has to take a shot.
No, 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 no.
It's the BTS drinking game.
Damn. Sorry, guys, agents. This has. Well, this is a mess. I had to reinstall Chrome and everything. So sorry, because we are late, but we are here and we have the famous beard of the Ingress game, Andrew Crook, as you asked. Well, he showed a little bit right now, so he's going to help us with the code of the show. And we have a special host guest tonight, Ramon La Bestia.
Hello.
Welcome, Ramon. We are really happy to have you here. And, well, let's start the show. We have really cool guests, Kasper and Kevin. So we are late. Let's get into the show right now. So Ingress. So you are sipping on some wine or an appletini. Who drinks appletini? Well, or a cherry coke. Cheers, Kasper and Kevin. Cheers to you, man. And well. Yeah, Kasper, do you have an umbrella on your drink?
That's very classy.
Today I'm not. It's classic whiskey. Cheers.
Which is your beverage of choice, man? Whiskey.
Yeah, normally it's whiskey or fine wine. But I also like drinks with umbrellas.
Red wine?
Yeah, red wine.
Yeah.
I'm a man.
Okay. And Kevin?
I'm pretty boring. I just like water, as long as it's clean and most of the dirt's out of it.
No, man, are you really
stop
drinking
beers.
water?
Well, his body's 76% water, so he probably needs it.
Yeah, probably. Well, I'm having an energy drink because I barely sleep. So if you feel me a little bit like most happy than ever, is because of that. So, Ramon.
Yeah. Wait. Are you asking me my drink of choice because it's tequila? But let's get on with the show. We found out that both of our guests have a history of scouting. Kasper, you're in the Green Scouts in Denmark, and Kevin, you're in the Boy Scouts in the U.S. Are there any similarities you found between scouting and ingressing?
Let's go for Kevin first.
Okay. So I actually quit the Scouts at a pretty early age, but the rest of my family, like my brother, uncles, cousins, all made Eagle Scouts. But ironically, I just didn't like doing things for badges, and so I quit. But now, 20 years later, I am doing things for badges with Ingress. But a lot of the things that I learned from my family members are super helpful with fielding and just being out in nature. So that's where it carries over.
What about you, Kasper?
Yeah, it's like 16 or 18 years ago since I was a Queen Scout, but I still love the nature. And then I always go out and field when the weather is bad, because then the frogs don't like it. That's a little advantage. But yeah, I miss the nature, and Ingress really keeps me out.
Oh, that's cool. But I really want to know about those achievements, Kevin. Are there any particular Ingress badges or achievements you are especially proud of?
As far as like achievements go, I honestly put like I'm so much more proud about things that we do as a community and stuff like that. But if you ask some of the other locals, they might say my biggest achievement was I was the first level 16 enlightened on the west coast of the United States. But even that, like, I have to give credit to our community. When I got it, it was early on, and we basically had 3 weeks between Helios and the start of the next Anomaly series that I could grind it out, and it was completely a community effort, dropping 20,000 resonators to me in those 3 weeks so I could grind it out and get it early.
Wow, that's impressive, and it talks really good about your community.
Yeah, they've always been super supportive of anything I really ask for. I think our community is pretty strong in its support for each other. Even another cool thing that we did is in the third quarter of last year, when there were no Anomaly, we got somewhere in the ballpark between 200 and 250 agents Black Illuminator in the series of 3 weeks. So that was pretty fun.
Wow, impressive.
Now, for everyone that's watching, you can interact with us in our live chat room on our new website, behindthescanner.com. Just go there and click chat at the top. So, guys, tell us about how you like to support the players in your community. I mean, let's start with Kasper. It sounds like you're more focused on the achievement side of other players.
Yeah, I'm one of the community managers in Denmark, and I do most of my time helping others starting up the game and make plans and help them execute by being Overwatch. And normally I spend most of the time when I'm out playing in my car filled with other agents and help them make big fields and gain AP. So I guess I'm kind of eternal level 11, although I'm close to 12.
Kasper?
Yeah? Can't you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My thing cut out for a second. Kevin, what about you?
You know, like, I think really that's like the most enriching part of the game is helping other people. Once you get to a certain point, it's just grinding out AP, and the real fun comes from like teaching new players the better parts of like learning how to field, or setting up drinking events and doing first Saturdays, or helping with anomalies, and really teaching people the next generation like how to hike, how to field, and just getting them involved with game nights or whatever is really needed.
Yeah, the community is really important, and we discovered that in every place on Earth with the guests we have here, and to help those newbies on the game, it's really important because there are so many players right now that sometimes those noobs are they are not noticed at all. There are a lot of news, and lots of them are lost in a few days. So it's really cool that there are communities that focus really hard on those players. So let's go to the other really important part of the Ingress game, that is those anomalies. Tell us about a little bit, Kevin, of your involvement on the anomalies, your approach to playing in those anomalies, how many anomalies you have participated in.
So as far as anomalies go, I've been involved in every anomaly on the in California since Magnus. And I've always biked. I think I've biked more anomalies than anyone else in California. But I was also one of the primary contacts for the Shard Portal in Santa Monica. And I know a lot of people gripe about shards, but I am incredibly proud of what our community did with that Shard Portal. We had people showing up every day at 3:30 in the morning and staying until 5:15, 5:30 in the morning just to come back and do it in the afternoon. And that was probably the hardest, most grueling 50 days of Ingress that we've ever had. And I just can't say how happy I am with the way that our local Enlightened handled that situation. And it really was fun, but painful.
Shards are always painful. But what about you, Kasper?
Yeah, I'm one of those that love sharks. My first anomaly was Interitus in Stockholm, Sweden, and after that I've been around for at least one location in the series after that. The last series I was active in every weekend, and now I'm also one of the POCs for Copenhagen. So come to Denmark. Yeah, I love anomalies, and I really love the shard game. It brings a whole different gameplay. So I hope we see more shards, Andrew.
Okay, so if you are having a really close anomaly, can you tell us what is your expectation for that event? It's in what, 9 days, 8 days?
The Copenhagen?
Yeah.
That's the 2nd of April.
2nd of April. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So
Well,
it's the second round.
Oh well, I mess up a little bit, but this is the first and only there, right?
No, it's actually the second one. We had Dasana in Aarhus,
Oh, okay.
which we won, and of course we're gonna win
Of
again in
course.
Copenhagen. But yeah, we actually don't know what to expect because of all the new rules. So we're not sure if it's just a normal anomaly with normal clusters, or if it gets flipped and become a flash shard event. But we're ready for everything and preparing for the worst. It's gonna be fun no matter what, and we're also gonna win.
That's obvious, man. You don't have to say it.
Yeah.
So before we get to the second half of the show, it's time for the weekly truth. This week we have Jose Antonio Rey joining us from.
Well, Wait, give us a second, Ramon, because well, we don't have Jose right now. We
Oh,
have, yeah, Jose has a problem also. This has been a really, really messy show, and well, we are a little bit sorry for that, but well, not a little bit, a lot sorry about that. But let's go for the core of the show. What about if you introduce our famous host of Behind the Scanner, Beard of Ingress, Niantic guy, and I think I already introduced it, but it's your turn.
Yeah, you kind of stole his thunder there, didn't you? All right. Yes. So it is time for code of the show. Welcome everybody. We should be getting set here in a second. How about we do a countdown in 3, 2, 1, bam! Like magic, over my shoulder every week. Those are the codes of the show. I hope you like free gear. There's a couple of really long ones in there, aren't there? So, oh, we have 3 this week. Look at that. Somebody must
Yeah.
be. Wow.
Right.
That's
I was going to mention that. So we have an extra code. This
yeah. I
week.
didn't even notice that. It looks. Yeah, we do. Santa.
It's just like it's like a multi-portal or something like that. It's out of the cluster.
Leave that up there for a little bit.
Yeah, you can share it, copy
Yeah,
paste it.
it might be good for 200. It might be good for 50. It might be good for 5,000. We have no idea. Did anybody here? Did you guys redeem it at all? Anybody? No.
well, if you guys would stop talking, I would concentrate to put it
We'll
in.
leave it up there for a little more. Let me see if anybody in the chat room. Is anybody in the chat room? No, nobody in the chat room has redeemed it either yet. Although there is about a minute lag, so I wonder what it is. That's a really long window, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not going to read that one out. And Casper, I do have to say, I love the beard, man. Very epic.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. You play a little bit longer, you get some gray in it like I've got. So.
Yeah, I also got some grays.
All right.
All right. If we're all done comparing our grays, let's move on to our next segment.
There we go.
It's time for Inside the Scanner with Feb Games.
Damn.
Or is this another one? You know,
Yeah, it's
Technical difficulties tonight.
let me apologize this time because I am doing horrible at this.
No.
No, it's
all good.
okay. It's just a prank because you are the rookie, so we didn't say to you who is coming and who's not. So take it as a prank, man, and welcome.
Okay, well then, you know what? Let's get back to discussion and try to get to know our guest a little bit. We're not going to ask one of those if you were stranded on a desert island questions tonight because, Kevin, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually stuck on an island.
Yeah, so part of the caveat when I took those 3 weeks off to grind to level 16 was I'd promised our community as soon as I hit 16 I would be back in the mountains, on the islands, and in the desert. And I was forced to keep my word. 3 days later, we had gotten some encrypted clues that a shard would spawn on an island off the coast of California. And so just in preparation, myself and a couple other agents went out to the island to turn every portal on the island green. And just as we were coming to the top of the small mountain that was there to turn the last portals green, the shard showed up. And we had from our decryption crew, they thought it would show up later in the week. So we were completely surprised when we got signal at the top of the mountain and it was sitting there. So right away we started talking to our people, flipped the portal to level 7, and we wanted to move it right away. But blockers were starting to pop up. And we had to wait till those could get resolved, and by the time we finally moved the shard to a secure military base in Central California, we'd missed our boat, and we were stuck. It was like midnight at the top of this. So ironically, the next day was actually my birthday, and I had to call my boss and be like, yeah, I got stuck on an island. I need the day off of work. But I get to say that Dog Boy has stranded me on an island, so that's always fun for a guilt trip.
Okay, guys, I'm having right now somebody that you really know calling me, sending me some messages on Hangout, and she is Susanna Moyer, and she has sorry to interrupt the show, but she has some news to share with us. She's typing right now. Can you see it? Oh, there she is, typing. I feel so special, man. So, well, she's talking about she received a package from someone, we don't know who was it, a metal box, and it's inside of the metal box. There's an image attached, and some agents have figured out that it's a picture of a portal in Bologna, and there's a timestamp. This timestamp is for the Saturday at 15 hours, and well, those agents that can't go there and find, you have to search for the image of the portal and go find the portal and gather the key of the portal or some keys from that portal, and well, she's going to give the contents of the box to the person who brings the key to Seattle. So you have to gather the keys, guys, and bring them to Seattle, to the anomaly, so she can open the box and give those contents to the person who carries that key. I'm reading this for the first time, so I'm gonna post this after the show on the Behind the Scanner, the complete information, so you can understand very good what is all this about. But well, there's some content, special content that you have to bring, you have to gather, and well, I hope the resistance get that content, because I think it's really important. And well, if I don't have any extra info right now, oh yeah, let me. Can you go for the next question, Ramon? While I read this, please.
Sure, not a problem. So, Kevin, I gotta ask you, do you have any specific goals for this year, or rather, do you have any anti-goals?
You know, I would say my only real goal, besides enriching the community and just making sure everyone's having fun and that we keep succeeding in our anomalies, would be avoiding Black Illuminator. I've been pretty successful at it so far, and it's just one of those things that long ago I was hoping to get my Platinum mind controller without surpassing like 1,000,000 mu, and I just have always stayed super low. There was one mistake during the connected cell for Recursion LA where I got like a 70,000 mu field, but other than that, where I would still be a silver illuminator, but I'm at gold, and it's pretty fun when I meet like level 4 new agents, and they're like, "Oh, you're level 16," and I'm like, "Yeah, but some stats are pretty low." So That's my goal.
Cool. Now, before we continue, I just wanted to remind everybody watching. Remember, you can submit questions for a guest. We will ask them in just a few minutes. If you're watching us via YouTube, you have to click the banner at the bottom of the video that says "Be part of the conversation." From there, just click the square grid menu icon on the upper right and select Q&A. Kevin,
Well,
I had
give me a sec, Ramon, because I'm gonna share with you the last couple of info that Susanna shared with me to share with you guys. So she said literally, I'm gonna read this. I tried to open the lockpick, but I had a pretty terrifying emotional experience. So I think this is not an ordinary lock. As far as for what's inside, it must be important. Otherwise, I don't know how they were able to protect it this way. Must be some kind of mission. I hope they succeed. So, this is Susanna's right now. Sorry if I didn't transmit the information very well, but I was nervous. I'm such a fan of Susanna. So now, guys, seriously, I'm gonna post this on Behind the Scanner site, so you can read the information, go search for that portal, gather that key, and go all over to Seattle and try to gather among Susanna that content from that box. And it's your show, Ramon.
Okay. You know what? I've been asking Kevin a lot of questions. Casper, what new developments to the game are you enjoying right now? Like, is there anything that's pulling your attention or have you enthralled?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, the flash shards is something I really enjoy and focus on because I like the intense gameplay. Especially as an Overwatch, it's very more exciting to be a part of. And I would love to be a Boots in a flash shard someday. It seems like 5 or 6 hours in total mayhem. So what's not to like?
Okay. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I actually agree with you. The shard thing was I participated in the Boston shard thing. That was really fun for me. So I agree.
Yeah, I was Overwatch in Boston. So.
I was wondering, and sorry to take this out of the Ingress thing, but I was wondering, Casper, if your beard is so famous all over your city too.
No, I really don't think so. At work, it's very famous. We even had support that sent an email to a customer, an internal email where he threatened the other developer to make a fix for an error. Otherwise, he would get my beard. But I don't think it's famous. But I want it longer. I'm working on getting it longer.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So we'll have you on this show next year, exactly, so you can share that long beer with us.
It's a deal.
Okay. Well, where are we, Ramon?
We are at we're 11.
On
11. So, what new developments to the game are you enjoying, Kasper?
Yeah, we just made that, I think.
Oh, really? Oh my God!
We're
I really love this. I'm really lost this show, guys. I'm really sorry. I really sleep 2 hours, and I have somebody in the hospital. So well, sorry for that, and sorry for our guests too. They had to. Well, okay. So let's go to some viewer questions. Okay, guys, are you ready for that?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go. Well, I was asking Casper, so I'm going with Casper right now. How did you first hear about Ingress?
Well, as a developer, I saw the Google advertisement and signed up for the beta. So I'm one of the old schoolers starting, I think, September 2012. Um, and then I just played ever since and got more and more involved. And uh, I live Ingress. I think I work, or if you call it work, but I spend 50 to 60 hours per week playing.
Okay, and what about you, Kevin?
So, back in probably January 2013, one of my friends from undergrad, who is a developer, sent me an email that just said, "Hey, you like games and you like outdoors, you should check this out." And I ignored it for the first probably 2 months, and then I was stuck in an airport flying home, and I was like, hey, maybe I should just download this and give it a try. And since then, I have been hooked, and like Casper says, it's like a second-time job. Just eats up a huge amount of time, and it's super fun. But definitely, once you get into some of the organizing stuff, it can take a lot of time.
Yeah, yeah, it gets very complex in that zone of Ingress, but it's very cool too. We have a question from I hope I'm going to pronounce it very good, Perrin Gaiden or something like that. It's for you, Kevin, and he says, how many people have you saved on mountains?
Well, some of them have been in valleys, but I'm getting close to like a dozen.
Wow.
It's just and it's not just me. I mean, there's definitely been other enlightened agents along, and I think like my roommates have asked me like, why do you always run into these people? Like, is it just bad luck? And I really think it's as fielding becomes more competitive, our agents are out in the field at these non-traditional time points, whether it's for a shard at 5 in the morning or trying to get the last bit of light out of a mountain. And so other people who might have been on the same mountain at the same time are leaving, and they see someone that's moving slowly or whatever, and they kind of say like, oh, they're probably fine, or someone else will help them. But when we're the last ones out there, and we know we're the last ones because we were farming the summit of the mountain, and you're coming down, you know that you're it, and you need to help these people. And like I've been fortunate to be with good agents most of the time that can help out and are really well prepared. Like Mercurio in North Cal is certified in some of the mountain first aid and rescue stuff, so it definitely helps out that we have knowledgeable people and plans set up, so even when it's not our agents that need saving, we can quickly get into our network and take care of this stuff.
Nice.
Wow, that's some very intense ingressing there. So I was actually getting ready to ask you if you had like a dangerous portal or situation, but you pretty much covered that. Casper, how about you? Have you ever had a dangerous situation, or maybe not dangerous but funny?
Yeah, I think more funny than dangerous. But we had a shard event in Denmark where I actually had a sister on the weekend, the first time I met her, because she's from another part of the family. And I've had the joy of her for under 24 hours. And then I pulled her in the car, filled the car with other agents, and went to a very dark place in Jutland, where we had to use a pulley ferry to get out to the shark. And then, yeah, it happened, and some frogs boxed us in, but it was fun. And we were like 10 agents in the dark. I needed to take a pulley ferry to get back to the cars. I think that's one of the most fun experience I had.
Yeah, it's always funny when you confront a dangerous situation and you get really well from it. And well, there are a bunch of stories about something like that. But I have here a question for both of you guys from Mew Mew Sing or something like that. Uh, we should have a special show trying to decodify the Ingress names. So, but the question is, what is your most fondest Ingress memory? Kevin.
I don't know. You know, like it's 3 years of my life of hanging out with good friends. Where do you pick? Certainly, you know, like we've had some pretty crazy ops where you leave at like, you know, right after work on a Friday, and you drive through the night, and then you end up in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, and you know, all you really want is breakfast, and a police officer pulls you over because they have nothing better to do at 6 in the morning. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, favorite memory. I don't know. Some of our camping trips have to be up there. I certainly, like, the first time I did Mount Whitney was a pretty fun trip with a group of agents from Northern California, and I think that was the first time I really got to know a lot of our Mountaineers team, and just got to relax and have fun.
Cool. What about you, Kasper?
Yeah, like Kevin, I also have a lot of memories to go through. But I think one of the memories I love the most is my first anomaly in Territories, Stockholm. We had a cleaning crew very early in the morning. I was the only Danish resistance in Stockholm, and didn't knew anyone or what's gonna happen. And then I was convinced to take part of the cleaning crew, and we cleaned the whole city without any knowledge about anything. And then we threw a giant block that secured us the victory, even though we were undermanned for the whole cluster battles. So a big shout out to Soily. She kind of kicked me into anomalies.
Okay. There's another question for you, man. This is from, oh my god, the Badux. I don't know.
A Danish agent.
Yeah. Okay. He's asking, how do you see Ingress gameplay evolving in the near future?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, then it's not cool that Andrew's here. But I really enjoy the new anomaly rules. I think it kind of shapes the whole part of the game, at least the one I'm most active in when I'm not doing community management. But I really think it can promote new agents to come, also with the Go Rock parts. I think that can activate some more CrossFit kind of types for playing. so it doesn't get so geeky and nerdy.
Okay. Do you have any opinion on this, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, I think Casper kind of hit it where it's like as more and more people are joining, the player base is becoming more and more diversified. Certainly, we've seen spikes with new people coming over from interest in Pokemon, and so it's bringing a new breed kind of Ingress players, at least here in LA. And it's exciting to get new blends of people and new backgrounds and just more agents to add to the community and bring their own kind of influence and spice to what we already have.
Do you think those players that came into Ingress because of Pokemon, are they going to leave Ingress when the Pokemon is out there, or Ingress is so much fun that they're going to stay as Ingress players?
So, like, this is one of the things that I've always pushed is it's not about getting new players, it's about keeping the players you have, because you invest so much time into training them and like getting people excited about anomalies and hooking people in. And I really think that, and I'm always careful when I call it a cult, but like I think that Ingress is more of a lifestyle in a group and a community that kind of pulls people in with a common interest. And so I do think it'll be harder for people to kind of just walk away from friends that they've been hanging out with for years. Certainly we see people that like don't really play day-to-day Ingress anymore, but they're more than happy to help in a field event, come out for anomalies, go for beers, and like they might not hack when we farm, but they'll drop their 8 reso just because they want to be there and talk.
Yeah.
So I think there's always going to be some loss when a new game comes out, but for the most part, I think the core community should be stable and lively.
Okay, so I'm certain that you are a man of community, but Anders is asking us, well, it's asking you, what about your fascination with raccoons?
So when I was grinding to get to level 16, people were recycling level 1 resonators, level 2 resonators, small, low-level resonators, and it just like pained me because there was no glyphing, there was no fat hacks, it was biking in circles to get as many resonators as possible, and then I'd hear about someone that like just got rid of 500 low-level resos, and I was trying to, on every portal, deploy 45 resonators, slowly upgrading my own resonators, because it was the quickest way to level 16, even though I didn't get AP. And so, people started making jokes that I was taking people's trash and digging through people's trash to get my resonators. And it eventually came to Trash Panda, which is a raccoon, and Greedy Raccoon Hands. So I think that kind of became my little avatar for a while within the community that, it's just a trash panda.
Okay, well, that's really interesting. How things start in some point and end totally in a different sense and different way. But here is a question for you both guys that I think it could be you could have really interesting points here. How do you feel about the primary site change between Rio and Seattle? Let's begin with Casper.
Yeah, I actually think it's a good idea because of the World Health Organization kind of thinks that Rio is a semi-dangerous place to travel to, and of course we're gonna win it, so I can't see a problem. I feel bad for the Seattle crew. I know they've been having a hard time with it, and I'm sure they're gonna come out hips high no matter what. I would love to help. I really don't have the time, but keep it up, guys. You're doing awesome. But I really I respect Niantic decision and totally understand it.
Okay, what about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I agree. You know, like I'm always push safety, especially when we're. I mean, obviously they're not out in like a dangerous location, but it's just a variable that you can't control for, and you don't really know. And based on what who is saying, you really have to make that choice to err on the sake of safety, and like it's a hard decision. I'm sure that Rio was disappointed that they're losing that primary site, and obviously people would have flown down there or traveled to go to the primary site. But just the same, Seattle's excited about it. I know there's lots of people interested in going from all over the Western United States, or even Canada, Mexico, all of North America. Which, if you're enlightened, you should definitely go. But it's something that you just don't know, and you have to stay safe.
Yeah. Ramon, do you have any point of view here?
You know what? I understand erring on the side of safety. So I mean, I can't knock them for doing that. You always want to make sure that your key players are safe.
Perfect. So let's go to this. This question was from Jetty. So, well, Jetty, you have your answers, and we have Feb asking you guys, tell us about your encounters with law enforcement while playing Ingress. This is interesting. I think we'll have some stories about that. What about you, Kevin?
So, I think for the most part, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's in America it's called white privilege, but like for the most part, I've never had any situations where law enforcement has been overly bearing. As long as you approach like the situation with a smiling face and you're honest with what you're doing. One thing that Ingress has taught me is that really you can get to a lot of crazy places by just asking nicely and explaining what you're doing, and if you are succinct in what you're saying, a lot of times rangers or police officers will just agree with you and be like, yeah, sure, we know the park's closed, but you can go in, and it's fine. With that said, in Arizona, I was pulled over, and the cop didn't believe me that I didn't have a firearm on me, and he was upset when I asked if there was any place to get breakfast, but he had pulled me over for no reason. Well, there was a angry rabbit mural, but anyway, for the most part, I've never had any issues with police.
Okay. Kasper, do you have any cool story or weird story?
Oh yeah, I've been stopped. Yeah, I can't even count how many times. I don't know if it's the beard or the black cap I wear when I'm out. But I've been followed by the police numerous times in my hometown and been stopped every time, even though it's the same car and it's that big city. So I think I even met the same police guys sometimes. But driving around in the darkness, very early Saturday morning in industrial grounds, yeah, that gets you stopped. And then I just think that old women that goes out to take a pee in the night and see a white car, then they panic because of the beer. But as Kevin, I never had any issues with the police. I just tell them I'm out hacking and plumbing some green stuff, and then they'd laugh and drive away.
Okay, cool. Well, I think, Ramon, that this is all from viewers' questions. So go ahead.
I had a question. You,
Oh,
you you mentioned
go.
something about a blue hat. Um, do you do you guys like ever like color coordinate when you're out ingressing, or do you like wear specific outfits? Okay, perfect answer.
Who's
Um, I
answering?
can, I don't know. For me, I don't consciously color coordinate. I actually, when I'm hiking, wear a lot more blue than I do green, just because it seems like outdoor wear makes more blue stuff than green.
No,
Um,
man, it's your
No.
subconscious.
Yeah, it's the right color. Yeah, I
Okay.
color coordinate. I wear blue as much as I can, even at work. I'm in our Danish swag, and I have my bag that's kind of a little scouty, I think. I also have many more patches I haven't sewn on by myself. I am an old scout. But yeah, I flash that I'm a resistant agent as much as I can.
Okay, Kevin, sorry, we lost you for a moment.
yeah.
So you were saying you mostly use blue because it's your color? No, no, no.
No, I mean, it's just, I feel like maybe it's just what REI's palette is for colors, but it seems like it's blue, gray, red, and so I happen to choose blue more, but whatever. It's just clothes.
No, man, it's all in your mind. Do you have any other question, Ramon? Oh, I think you're muted or something. Hmm, something is happening with your audio, man.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So here's my question for you guys, for Kasper and for Kevin. What is your favorite feature of the game, and what would you like to see added that doesn't exist? So why don't you go first, Kasper?
Oh, that's a hard one. What's my favorite part of the game, or
Yeah, what do you in terms of like the are you a linker? Are you a destroyer? Are you a deployer? Like, how would you classify yourself? But then also, the second
I'm a
follow-up.
fielder. I'm
Okay,
a
okay.
huge fielder.
So the second part then is what feature, either an item or a stat or something that doesn't exist that you'd like to see?
Oh, can we take Kevin first?
Sure, we'll go to Kevin. Kevin, you get one. He gets one phone a friend, and he phoned you. So first off,
Okay.
how would you classify yourself as a player? What do you like? Are you
I
destroyer,
I
fielder?
am by far a farmer. I farm keys, but also just gear. Even if I don't need it, just to keep farming. I like the social aspect of it. Um, as far as features, in
It could be an
I
item. It could be a statistic. It could be something, a new badge. I
so
don't know.
one thing I want to thank Niantic about, which I'm sure every fielder out there agrees with, two things: key capsules, awesome, great, thank you. Second, unload all and load all. This saves like an incredible amount of time every single day when you're recharging. It is by far one of the greatest things that I've looked forward to in a long time. So thank you. Uh, we definitely noticed the changes. Um, as far as mods go, um, like maybe I'm just boring, but I like having a set of rules with what we have, and then just playing with the chess pieces we have. I'm happy with our current mods, and you know.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So no new medal or achievement or anything like that.
I don't know. I would have to think longer on medals or achievements. I guess just maybe new medals for the stats you're already tracking. Like doing things for the equivalents of destroyer for portals neutralized instead of liberator and stuff like that.
Fair enough. All right, Kasper, you're back on the hot seat. You had time to think about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with Kevin about the keyloggers. I love it as a huge fielder. But actually sometimes I might get some rants about it. But I miss the old days. I miss the days before power cubes and shields and so on. But on the other hand, I really like it as it is today. That's not something I miss actually.
I remember the old days when you would be like farming in a group and playing, and you all had to run around and sprint around the area to like the XM up because there's no power cubes.
Yeah, and almost no portals and the old spinner for the resonators.
I'll tell you. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I did think of something that I would like. Not a mod, but if we could buy the skin for Pac-Man. It just I don't want Pac-Man. I want it. The game runs so much better when it's like simple graphics and it's lower data. Like if you're on a satellite phone, the amount of money that you spend just on like those little things, it would be great to be able to purchase skins for like low data use or less animations, especially like anomalies that are at Comic-Con where the cell phone network's already bogged down. To have that option to go like super low need would be nice as a purchasable skin.
But I don't think the animations though come over the cell network.
No. It just seems, I don't know if it's like that's not data saving, but like it just seems like the game runs smoother than maybe it's not checking as much stuff or whatever. Certainly it's nice on battery life. But yeah, I mean, if there was an option to, so it didn't refresh to check all your keys or different things like that, that would definitely be a nice feature for fielders that have to deal with alternative data sources.
Interesting. Good to note. I have literally my pen in my hand, so as the global community manager, I will note that down. So
let's get all the spoofers away.
Yeah.
No. That's a topic that I think will take longer than 30 seconds. So, but yeah, I will say that it is definitely a focus. We are definitely working on it. And know that sometimes it can feel frustrating, but we're not blind to what's occurring, and we're not ignoring it. It is definitely an issue that we recognize and are working on. So that's all I can say. We don't want to tip your hand too much because then people.
Yeah, we know.
But all right, cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the feedback.
And now, coming back to Ramon, do you have audio?
Yes, I don't know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Well, it's your turn, man.
Okay. Well, it's that time of the show, if I'm not mistaken, for our BTS tradition. For better or worse, we give every guest at the end of the interview 60 seconds to talk about whatever it is that they want to talk about. You give a shout out to whoever they want to, whenever you're ready. And I think we are going to start with Kasper. So 60 seconds. All yours.
I want to give a big shout out to IRDK Denmark, Resistant Denmark. We really need to win Copenhagen, as we're gonna to. And just keep on fighting. You're all doing great. And I really appreciate the support you gave me for coming here. Thank you for the questions. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you for Rebecca Carvis and Bacon for listening to all my complaints and crazy ideas whenever I need it. Yeah, and then just come to Copenhagen for 2nd of April. It's gonna be a blast, and we're outnumbered the frogs every day, so they don't even need to attend. And also, please try the Go Rock. It's awesome. I think that's all.
Okay, and Kevin.
Yeah.
You're up, man. 60 seconds. Do your thing.
All right. I'd like to thank our locals, UCLA, for putting up with my erratic behavior on day-to-day stuff, and just all of LA, Enlightened, for being there and supportive. I'd like to thank our safety team, the people that watch all of our hikers while we're out doing the crazy things, because really California has some pretty extreme climates and environments for Ingress, and it's by far an amazing place to field. And then I would like to thank the global community as well for their help and support with anomalies, except for Musto. I don't want to thank him. And people should go to Arizona on the 2nd. And for the first round of anomalies, if you're East Coast, Midwest, please support Milwaukee. And if you're on the West Coast, come out to Seattle. They got some pretty good beer for you and a party waiting. And then thanks to all of you guys for having me on tonight.
Well, thank to you guys. Thank you, Kasper. Thank you, Kevin. You were and you are great guests. Thank you, Andrew Crew, for being with us tonight. Thank you, my really cool host, companion, and everything tonight. Also, Ramon. How do you feel, Ramon?
I feel awesome. I would love to do this again. I love this show, so I've been a big fan since the beginning. So
great. You will be here. I guarantee you that. And well, to our audience, thank you for watching us tonight. Watch us next Thursday, and happy hacking.
Happy hacking.
They never sent me. They never sent me the credit video. So
oh my god! Oh, no. There's the rollout.
Oh, I didn't think we had it. Oh, there we go. We don't have any music though. Hold on.
Yeah, we don't have music, so you can do the background.
Somewhere I've got my Pandora up. Here we go. I don't know if this is legal or not, but let's see what's playing on Pandora.
To hell with copyright.
Exactly. Right.
Well, thank you, Frank Martinez, on the chat room. Thank you, Josias, for being with us with the cameras, and bye-bye. Yeah.